get off the train with about a minute to spare before the train left. We have a story that will tell us the contradiction between two sides of our views of life. The first one, if we live isolated, everyone in his own comfort zone, life will be, we see life as darkness at sunset. Like we will see it like black and white. But if we live together in a community with people, whether we are children or older people, no difference, no matter how age we are, hand by hand, side by side, in a community, we will see life, colorful life.
Lots of ways. For example, me, I want to choose, I don't know, this way better for future or this way.
I think in Mona's story we can mix it with Kasha's story.
This one is about travel, which I haven't really done, but through books, which I cannot advocate more than as one of the best things you could ever do. I've been all around the world in books, and I've learnt many things, which also links up with my love of people and finding out stories about people and about who they are and about something that makes them tick.
I want to work hard to complete my dream, but sometimes I feel I am lost in this big country.
Thank you.
Very good.
In my country, and in this time we go out. People go out to grow out outside the countryside, and they make some look like home, and you take some relax there, and you make your food. And when the rain comes, I go inside this house, and when the rain finishes, after that you go to work, and in the end you collect your crops and something like this. And the child at that time they go to catch like birds and something like this. Yeah, exactly. And after that, when you finish, in the end you collect your crop, and after that you return to your country or your village and something like this.
Thank you.
I was young and I liked the scuba diving. I can swim every weekend and the 6 meter on the sea. When I was grow up, when I was 20, I liked the photographies, and I took the picture and the outside when I outside the city I live. And one day I saw the graph, and after that I took the picture, and the graph he's near me. After that I was shocked.
Okay, so when I was little, I grew up in a village on a hill, and I used to go to the top of the hill to feel like I could breathe and look around me, because when I was in the valley bottom I felt very claustrophobic, and I felt I need to leave. And I thought, where can I go? And I dreamt of all the places I could travel that I read of in the books and that people told stories about, and where I could go in the world. And then I heard about all the pain that people in other countries and that I could find in myself in my own communities. And I thought about all the things that I could see and the people that I could relate to, so that I could open my mind and come together to see the universe.
A man, he's come from Somalia. His name is Sulaiman. He's come to UK and illegal, and he makes a lot of friends. And after that, the government says you can't accept to leave your country. He didn't take any passport or any COVID. And after that, the government take the house or benefit, and he takes to annoyed, and he didn't speak to other people to live in UK.
Yeah, and so they said that he did not have leave to remain, and they took him one day away from the community that he had formed in handcuffs, and they took him to a place that was like a machine, and there were barbed wire all around, and nobody spoke his language, and he was very confused. And they took his fingerprints and his ID, and they said, "We're going to send you back to Somalia." And he looked up at the sky around the fences, and he could see the trees, and he could see outside, but he couldn't be there, and it was a very frustrating place to be, and he was there for months and months and months, and he felt very isolated.
Okay, and then I don't already know where the story's going. Okay. So, I mean, a very important sound to me, and certainly, is the sound of birds and the idea of freedom and the migration of birds. And this guy could hear the birds outside and singing. And the idea, you know, when I look at a swallow, and I think that's come all the way from Egypt, I just think that's an amazing story of migration with no borders. But there was a huge, we are nicking a little bit here from the guy's story that he made into a film. A lot of people campaigned about this guy because he made a lot of friends, and he met a lot of people, and he made a huge impact. So there was a huge movement, and the guy did get out in the end, and he is doing really well in Glasgow as a big campaigner for the people, and is as free as a bird again.
The views of migrants here is bad. Many people here think that migrants are here to claim benefits, are here for financial issues. But on this table, as many here, we are most of us are migrants. So why we are here? We're here to share our experiences. We're here to learn from each other. Every one of us has his own story. Everyone feels that we can contribute to this community. For example, because we have very limited time here, I'd like to tell my own story. Just it will help me to think fast. Okay. Okay. So when I was a child, I had a dream to become a doctor, and my parents saw that I will be very useful to others. I studied at college, went to university, finished I got a degree in medicine. I started specialty, but because of the war in Syria, I've lost. When I say I mean more than 12 million there. So I lost my home, I lost my profession, and I lost many people, many friends, many neighbors. We lost everything. I escaped from the war, and I came here for safety. Many people think we are claiming benefits. No, we have skills. I'm doctor, dentist, a constructor. We have many skills. We can be very beneficial here. And when I came here in Scotland, I felt safe. Thank you for accepting me here. And I'd like to continue to start a new life, even though I left my family, my wife, in another country. It's been about 7 months now. I haven't seen them, but I only talk by phone. So thank you for accepting me here.
The idea of migrants. Why the people migrant? Why the people is here? Who all that start? That's the food. It's in the road. That is starting migrant life in the UK. You have an way and a system. You must to go straight step by step. Laws, home office, system, government, you'll be one time you is going to the surplus like an Iceland, have nothing for you. You'll be alone. You'll be restricted here from the system. Why? Because the people here under the system never look to you to know who you been, what you can do. If the system open his door, we can do.
Brilliant.